Hello everyone, today I'm going to be continuing my LEGO Hero Factory Savage Planet reviews, this time with Scorpio, the first of my larger box sets that I need to review for you guys. So here's the box, nothing that we haven't seen before except Scorpio himself of course. Give you a quick spin, it's not that exciting. Now you can see the comic as usual for the villains and him fighting Stormer with a great background. I really like all this. To see Stormer's review, you can click him. Click him. It'll open a new browser so you can watch either one of these first. Unless you've seen that review already, of course. Thank you. So, the instruction manual here, got the cartoony head of Witch Doctor Scorpio, of course. And nothing that interesting in the back. Now here's Scorpio himself. Looking pretty vicious. Now, I'll firstly go over building experience. Now this is what many people call a Titan set. So here's a fair few amount of pieces. He has double the amount of pieces that the normal, or the smaller box sets have. For example, Eurobricks here. Almost double. So it was a good building experience, especially you get so many bone elements and armor plates with this guy. It was just great to just go snap, 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 you know, just keep putting these things together, clicking the armor on. There's hardly any technique at all, except with the head and the launcher. Apart from that, there's literally hardly anything here. It was actually really great. So the building experience was actually pretty fun. It didn't take too long, really. It took about maybe 15 minutes. He has a bit, he doesn't have many pieces for a Titan, but it was fun nonetheless. I mean, you don't have to have something that's huge to have an enjoyable build. I think this was pretty enjoyable on the whole. So, now let's move on to parts in themselves, parts of interest. I'll start with the head. Snap it off, there we go. Now, I'm going to quickly bring Eurobricks back, well, specifically, Eurobricks' head. Because, as many of you have seen already, it is the same mold, just recoloured. Exactly the same thing, but the green, I think it looks a bit better, really. It stands out more, and you can see the details better than with a really bright colour like yellow. It looks more wasp-like than scorpion-like, I have to say, but I still really like this face. It looks very creepy. It does the job. And here's his unique armor plate. I thought this would be on a 5-stud long plate, but no, it's actually 6, just like Firelord. But the plating, no, the pattern is very nice. The green and red contrast in a very good way. I really like that colour scheme. Just like the colour scheme of the set, really. I think that's another great thing. While I was building, just mixing all of these colours together to make a pretty good model on the whole. Now, we're coming across these pieces again. Now, we've seen there's wings, there's tusks, and down there as pincers, and they have another use in the future, specifically in Witch Doctor, but that's another story for another review. But yeah, they're pretty useful pieces. They look nice. Underneath there we have one of the lower limb pieces recoloured to grey as well. So, looks pretty cool. Now on here we have one of the kind of insect looking plates. It looks very nice, really, especially with the spikes coming out of it. This is the only set you can get it in lime green, and you get this piece 5 times, so it's pretty good. I'd also like to note the Ben 10 hounds here, along with Eurobricks. This is the first time we've seen them in Hero Factory. Now, this piece that we've seen in quite a few of the heroes, and as armour using the villains, it looks nice, especially, it doesn't really have an official name, but it looks good. It stays in place here very sturdily too. It's great. It's a very good looking piece as well. It's great for mocking. Other pieces of interest include this is a recolour, but it's actually pretty useful. The 5 long green armour plate. in lime green. This is the first time we've got it. That's useful for making hero mocks, I guess. Now here's another piece of armour that we've seen many times in Savage Planet, but like this piece, used for the villains, we haven't seen this in lime green before. This is exclusive, at least currently it is, so you should pick this guy up for it. I mean, he has 6 of these pieces. Something he doesn't have in a great quantity, but a pretty cool piece is this. It's the body we saw in Fire Lords, the kind of enlarged torso, the largest one you can get, now in black. It was kind of a recolor they had to do for Titan sets in the future. I'm glad they did it. Rocket XL also includes it. Witch Doctor has a more original body design. But, yeah, I don't know, more pieces of interest. Oh yeah, the Quasar spikes. Main colour, black. There's more red on these because of the Quasar, corrupted Quasar, that storyline-wise is dripping off of these. And is used by Witch Doctor to control beasts like this one. So yeah, that's just about it, I think, for parts. I mean, they're all pretty nice on this set, to be honest. A lot of useful parts. Now finally to playability, well this guy has 9 limbs if you count the huge tail as well. So there's a lot of articulation, you can get it in any pose you want really. It moves all the places you'd expect to and want it to. The head has this little extra joint like the rest of the Titan set, so it can move very freely. The arms do too, have this extra joint. They have probably one of some of the best articulation limb-wise. These legs can move well, as do these. These are a little stubby, but the articulation is still pretty good. So, let's try and stand him up. It's kind of hard to stand him up, that's one of the cons. I mean, he's got these tiny toes. There we go. That'll just about do it. So overall, I think Scorpio is actually a pretty good figure. I didn't think it'd be that standout, but he's actually pretty cool. He has a lot of good pieces, a nice colour scheme, and an overly nice design. So, I'll see you guys in my next review. Bye.